this video, I'll be presenting the ethics of criminal law and the force that we're allowed to use to defend ourselves in modern day society. After an interview with a Dinnington police officer who outlined the force that we're allowed to use when defending ourselves against a threat, it was clear that there was a red line of mist when it comes to the public knowing what force they're allowed to use to defend themselves. When it comes to police using force, they're specially trained to deal with circumstances that often require them to make quick decisions. Each officer is licensed to carry objects in case they need to apply extra force in order to protect themselves or to protect others. The baton has the potential to break bones, while the mace spray will only make the defendant uncomfortable for a couple of hours. Although they have to decide on what utility to use and when, they also have to advocate their reasoning for using the equipment. When it comes to court, the punishment or justice system actually looks at injuries as a way of determining the unreasonable force that was used against the defendant. The amount of force that you can use to defend yourself is completely dependent on the scenario. If the attacker was to deliver the first punch, even if you were antagonising them or encouraging them to attack, they would be left with the assault charge. Of course, this is only facts from a local police officer, so we're actually now going to go and interview the general public to get their idea on what they believe is acceptable force to use when defending yourself. Do you know the difference between self-defence and assault if you were involved in a physical fight?
Yeah and no. I think so. You'd probably have a weapon, would you? Or...
I know the difference between self-defence and assault.
But assault is basically if I were to attack you now, so if I would punch you, that would be classed as assault.
The self-defence is when someone's attacking you and then you either defend yourself or attack back in defence.
What do you believe is the maximum or minimum amount of force that is appropriate when it comes to defending yourself?
Say assault you by punching you. Do you know what force you could take?
Yeah, punch back.
As much as possible.
I was just going to say.
Can you elaborate on that?
Yeah, I've always told my lads, if anybody hurts you, make sure you hurt them back a lot more than they hurt you.
It depends on the circumstances.
Do you not believe that can result in any negative way?
No.
No?
But if someone's using like a knife or something like that, I do believe we should have a little bit more force.
Do you believe the police should be allowed to carry other weapons?
Like I said before, it really does depend on the situation itself.
We've known a few police, and I tell you what, how would you can trust a play truncheon?
In this area, yeah.
Why is that exactly?
Oh, it's right rough.
After doing our interviews with the general public, we've come to the conclusion that the accusations from the police officer at Dinnington Police Station are true when it comes to the public not knowing the difference between assault and defence. This could be down to the education system not providing the information needed for young individuals to act upon situations which may require them to use force.